How is it going today, Loyalists Kingdom? My name is Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Today we have for you Young Dawn, the Sauce God. She chose him over me.
Has to hurt.
Yeah, it has to hurt.
I bet you have a story for that. I bet you do.
Anyway, guys, if you have any reaction requests, please follow us on all our social medias in the link in the description below. And don't forget
as I'm walking back, who else do I see running towards me? No one other than my future wife to be. I'm smiling ear to ear. I really did it. Rose is gonna fall in love with me now. She gets closer and closer. I open my arms. This is the first time we embrace each other passionately. My body was ready. I open my arms to catch her, and then...
Oh my God. I guess that's
that's what he looks like.
Back in the 5th grade, way before I became Young Don the Sauce God. Back then, I was just Lil Don. Now, as you can probably guess from the title, there was indeed a girl. Now, this girl played a very special role in my life because she was the first girl to make me have the thought, oh snap, Asian girls are pretty hot. Now stop, don't go there. Listen, I'm just being real with y'all, alright? I grew up in Jamaica, okay? It's like 98% black people. And that's not an exaggeration. That's pretty spot on.
Right,
I say that to say
I'm not
that
from
I knew
Jamaica.
that black women were beautiful from day one, my G.
Virgin
There is
Islands.
no short supply of hot black girls where I'm from. So that was always a given. Black girls are hot. Then of course, your boy grew up watching cable, aka white TV. Whenever I hear, like, how come y'all can have black entertainment television, but we can't have white entertainment?
Wet.
I'm like, what? My G, that's literally what cable is. AMC, Hallmark, USA, CNN, Fox, Stars, HBO, Nick, TV Land. Up until very recently, I ain't see too many black people on these channels, B. And I'm not mad about it. Times are different. And furthermore, in this day and age, you obviously don't need to be on cable to be a successful entertainer and have a large audience. But the point I'm making is that I grew up watching cable. So I grew up watching white people. So from a young age, white girls were pretty hot. And of course, if black girls are hot and white girls are hot, then by default, Spanish girls gonna be hot too, B. Because let's be honest, right? What do Spanish people look like? Spanish people look like someone created a slider and put black people on one side and white people on the other side, and then just played with the slider to get different types of Hispanic people. So yeah, if black girls are hot and white girls are hot, then yeah, Spanish girls are obviously
oh my God, he said play with the slider like it's a game.
White girl or a black chick and a white guy, they could get together and end up having a kid that looks like he's straight out of Puerto Rico. But there's no combination of black, white, and Hispanic that I've ever seen that results in some Mulan looking chick, you feel me? Like, Asian girls have a completely different aesthetic. And since Asians were even less represented on cable than black people when I was a kid, as well as the fact that Asian people make up less than 1% of the population in Jamaica, I managed to make it all the way to the 5th grade without ever having the thought, Asian girls are beautiful. That was until I saw Rose. Now, Rose was adorable, my G. Like, I thought she was one of the prettiest girls I have ever seen. And the moment I became aware of her existence was the moment that I decided that I had to make her like me. So in no time at all, Rose and I became friends. Best friends, actually. That was cool for a while. I even ended up joining the track team just so I could spend a little more time with her. Now, I hated track and field. Like, I was good at it, meaning that I could run pretty fast. But I hated just running around in a circle all day. In a blazing hot Jamaican sun. But the only reason I stuck to it was because it meant I could be around Rose for a couple more hours after school every day. And even though I didn't tell her how I felt like she was mine and she just didn't realize it yet. Like, I just needed to impress her somehow. That will be the thing to open her eyes to how perfect we would be for each other. So Rose loved track, right? She loved athletic guys. Now, we're still in the 5th grade, so of course she never said that out loud.
Right.
Well, I could tell that she was really drawn to and impressed by the 6th grade dudes who were the best on the team. There was this one dude in particular who she really seemed to admire. Let's call him Sean. Now, Sean was 1, older than me, and 2, light skinned. And when I was little, I was insecure because of how dark I was. I used to think that being lighter skinned as a guy made you more attracted to women. Which of course couldn't be further from the truth. Trust me when I say that girls love love this dark chocolate boy. But that's what I thought at the time. So in my head, this dude was already out of my league. But I thought I still had a shot. I figured that all I had to do was prove to her that I was a much better athlete than him. Now, he was actually faster than me, but
The Naruto
run.
not much faster. And the track meets were still weeks away. With that in mind, I began to train. I went to every practice with a mission to become faster than this dude. That became my master plan. Hang out with Rose during lunch and try to get her to like me more, and then train during track to beat Sean and sweep her off her feet. So fast forward to our first track meet, and it's time for us to run. Now, the event was a 200-meter sprint, and typically you'd have 2 runners from each school in the event. Now, this wasn't a big event. It was a one-day thing, no qualifying races. The coach straight up just picked you and you went and ran. So the coach picks me because I was pretty fast at the 200-meter, and then she picked Sean. So now I'm like, perfect. This is finally my chance to smoke this fool and show Rose why I'm the better man. We go to the starting line and get in position. On my left, there's Rose, my woman to be. And on my right, a light-skinned named Sean, my mortal enemy. Money marks, get set.
Go.
And just like that, we were off. I was just focused on running the entire time. I didn't look to my left, I didn't look to my right. I just ran as hard as I could. And as quickly as it started, it was over. I looked around and all I wanted to know was, did I beat Sean? But then out of nowhere, my coach comes up to me and it's like, yo, Don, you did it. You won. I won? Oh, I won. I had won the race. And because this was it, meaning no qualifiers or finals, this meant that I was gonna get a medal for this race. A gold medal at that. So I made my way to the podium, and it turned out that Sean placed as well. But he came third. I couldn't have been happier. Rose was finally gonna see that I was above this dude, literally. And to top it all off, this was the first race that I had ever won at a track meet. Nothing could ruin this for me. So I got my medal, hopped off the podium, and started to head back to the tent so that Rose could hold my medal.
Oh my.
And as I'm walking back, who else do I see running towards me? No one other than my future wife.
It's a perfect anime scene. He got his hands.
I know.
He's like,
Rose is gonna fall in love with me now. She gets closer and closer. I open my arms. This was gonna be the first time we embrace each other.
That's even worse. He opened his arms up.
Yeah.
Was ready. I opened my arms to catch her, and then she ran right.
Daddy!
Just completely sidestepped me as if I wasn't even there. I froze for a few seconds out of shock and embarrassment. Opening your arms to give someone a hug and not get one is like waving at someone who you see waving at you.
I try to dap you up and then
waving
like
to someone
and then
behind
like,
you.
And then,
it's like that.
I'm trying
Multiplied by 1,000,000,000. I turn around. And what do I see? Rose in the arms of my mortal enemy. She was so excited to celebrate his dusty ass doo-doo brown medal. Meanwhile, I'm over here in the winner's circle, lonely as hell with my gold chain on. Feeling like every little Uzi Vert song about a girl.
Hey.
So I turned around, walked back to the tent, threw my gold medal in the bag, and went to sleep. Moral of the story, doesn't matter how many gold chains you can put around your neck, man. If you ain't got the sauce, your ass gonna get left. Big facts.
That's funny. Go ahead.
What?
Give your story.
Stories about what?
About when this happened to you. I'm pretty sure you're gonna
Getting
say
curved?
that.
Get curved?
No, someone like choosing the other person over you. I know you have a story. Because in the beginning you was like, ooh, I got something to say.
Trying to think. What was that like? It wasn't. Oh yeah. All right. So
now you remember. Okay.
So I think it was like I don't know. I can't remember if I was like in the 10th grade and Shorty was in the 9th.
Okay.
Then we were just like it's just not gonna work. And I was like, okay. And then like a week later, she's with another guy. I don't like what the. And he don't look better than me.
Wasn't this your ex?
No, not my ex. It was another girl.
Oh.
It wasn't going to go further like that long. It was like 2 weeks or some shit like that.
Oh.
Some stuff like that. But
It's too late. I mean,
so I didn't say the whole word. So yeah, but yeah, it was like we was only going for like a couple weeks or something, and then like
it was like a fling.
it was like a fling, yeah. So but what perplexed me was like she's with this new guy, and he doesn't look better than me. So I'm like, raggy.
Personality.
Right,
maybe.
must have been like his personality more. I think he was on the football team or something like that.
That was why. See, same
And
story.
yeah,
Same
she was on the
story
football
here.
team, but I was on the basketball team.
She probably like football better.
But the football players was winning championships. So
oh, your team
yeah,
wasn't.
the football, nah, not that time. We wasn't like, oh my god, like the basketball team was like lit until my 12th grade year.
Oh.
My 11th and 12th grade year, that's when we started.
That was
yeah.
me. I got y'all dudes. in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, like but that just showed like my 12th grade, like, but like you know, but like yeah. So she was like the football team was like the rock stars of the school because they was winners. Like they was like going to winning championships. I think that year they won our division championship.
Wow.
So yeah, so they was going to the championship like
I believe
a lot.
My
Yeah.
schools didn't win.
Yeah. My football team was going to the championship like a lot. Like they had a culture of winning in football. Like the basketball game filled compared to the football team. It was like night and day. Football team packed, dog. Basketball. By my 12th grade year, that's when we started getting good, and that's when like they was like going in the season. They was like, and then starting to notice, people started, and then like we got to and the funniest thing though is that our school decided to support us when we're at the championship.
What you mean? That's surprising? That's supposed to do that.
No, I'm saying the whole season you guys wasn't like supporting us
there.
as much. Like it was like, okay, decent, better than my 10th grade year. But then when we get to the championship, all of a sudden they coming up to me, yo, you guys didn't, oh my god, Dwayne, you're in the championship. I'm like,
it's fake love.
yeah, showing fake love to you.
Fake love.
Fake love to you.
Oh my god.
Like, bruh, like they were showing fake dog. We went to the school, the student we lost in the championship, it sucked, but they was going crazy, dog. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't like this. The other games we had to lead up to the championship, right?
That's what everybody cares about.
It's crazy, man. Who bandwagon fan is? But yeah, that was it. Yeah, and then like, but whatever. It's like, and then come to find out, her friend tried to talk to me like a couple days later, trying to get with me.
That wasn't her friend.
That wasn't her friend. Yeah, she tried to get with me. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's like. Huh, raggy?
Well, at least you cared about that.
In my head, I was thinking like, if I get her best friend, that's get back. But I was like, no, I'm not vindictive like that, Dwayne. Not at the time. Yeah, but anyway, that's the story. Not for another day. Anyway, guys, please comment below. Tell us.
Don't forget to like and share.
This is